watercoloring these. So I would like you guys to just use a little bit of water and a little bit of color. So I am starting first with yellow orange. So it's a little bit of yellow and orange mixed together. You can mix this on your paper as well. Here's yellow. And I'm not really saturating the paper too much. I'm doing yellow green. This is keeping it so it doesn't bleed into each color, but if it does bleed into each color, that's fine. Here I am with blue. Then I have violet, blue, violet. So I added violet down and then I'm adding a little bit more blue. Here's violet. Here's red. Red, violet. Red. Red, orange. And then orange. Okay, and so what we're going to be doing is we're going to also be using labels for this. So this is the color wheel. Our skull will be our color wheel. So we're going to be taking our labels and we're going to stick down labels that connect with things that we're going to be painting. So you get to decide which ones you want to use. So I'm going to be using different color schemes for different labels. Please be aware of what labels you're putting down because some of the labels are different depending on your level. So some of you might be putting down something a little bit different that I'm doing, and you can always change it as well. So you don't have to put the labels exactly where I am putting my labels. So if you'd like to paint the color schemes that I painted, let's say the noses, a different color scheme, you can do that. It's your choice. You get to decide that. So I am putting some over the ears, and then I am putting 2 for the portrait. And if you'd like to do like 3 for the portrait, you could do that too. So it's your decision because you are the artist. All right, so from there, you are going to start painting. So I am painting the first initial eye. I am painting it with a set of primary colors. So we have red, blue, and yellow that I'm going to be using. Remember, this is also a triadic color scheme. So if you want to use this color scheme a little bit later, you are able to do that. The second one will be the secondary colors, which would be the colors that are mixed in order to create a color. So red and yellow make orange, and then we have blue and red make violet, and then we also have yellow and blue that make green. So this is also a triadic color scheme as well. The last one will be the tertiary colors or the intermediate colors, and those colors are the colors that are in between the primary and secondary. So we have the yellow greens, the blue violets, the red oranges. So those are the colors that you would use for this one, and you could use all of them if you'd wish. So it's your decision, and you can make it as colorful as you want. Or you can just use 3 of them. That's your choice. And then I am going to go back and refine all of my paintings. And you'll see that at the end of this piece. All right, now let's go into noses. So the first nose or set of noses would be a monochromatic color scheme. So that's just going to be one color with tints and shades. The second color scheme is going to be analogous. So those are the colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. So we have blue, blue, violet, and you can also add a little bit of green if you want to. But you can choose another analogous set of analogous color schemes if you want to do like a warm color scheme, you can. Then we have complementary. Complementary would be 2 colors opposing on the color wheel. So I chose red and green for this. And if you mix red and green, you're going to get a neutral color, which would be either a brown or a gray. And that is something that you can use later if you ever need to get brown. All right, so this next one, I am making a triadic color scheme or a triad color scheme. So I'm using primary colors. You can use secondary colors, or you can use a set of tertiary or intermediate colors. The next one, I am making a split complementary. I'm using violet, and then I'm using a little bit of yellow orange and yellow green. This last one, I'm doing a tetrad. So that's a square or a rectangular color scheme. So you can figure out which one you'd want to do for that one. You could just look back at your skull color wheel for that. All right, and we're gonna start on the ears. You can go ahead and do your cool colors. You should know what cool colors are by now. So that would also be considered analogous colors. So I'm coloring in my ear, and you can see that it's accentuating what I already have. Here's my other ear. I'm doing warm colors. And I think on the third ear, I'm going to do a mixture of both just for fun to see what it looks like, because I have an extra ear just up there. This last thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing tints and shades. We do have white on our palette. We don't normally always have white on a watercolor palette, but we do for this one. So you're gonna play around with white and the black, which would be the shade, and you're going to be painting your painting. Now, if you want to add color to this, you can, but I do need you guys to play around with introducing shades and tints into one aspect of the set of drawings that we've made. Now, like I said before, you guys can change this up. You don't have to do tints and shades in the portraits. You could do that for the skull, and you can make the portrait a color wheel if you'd like to do that. So it's your choice as far as how you want to make your color schemes and your color theory page of your anatomy and your portraiture drawings. So it's your choice. Please continue to paint this until each drawing is painted, and remember to allow your painting to dry between each layer.